Good evening and welcome back to the first Weather Fans Live for quite a few months now. And did you enjoy our brand new titles?
They were very posh.
Yes, now all speak at once, everybody. Well, it's been quite an eventful few days, hasn't it, with the weather? Or at least a week or so.
Yeah.
By the way, good evening to everybody. It's myself and Liz at the moment. We'll try to get hold of Paul, but we don't know where he is at the moment. Hello, anybody there? Are you still there, Liz?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, sorry. Don't know what happened there. My connection dropped out.
Oh, okay. That's a good start to the show. We've still got the little gremlins in the system, haven't we?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Wi-Fi. I'd like to say it was snow, but unfortunately not.
We had a bit of snow overnight here. We had a bit of a light dusting. Then today it's just been mostly well, it's been raining really today.
Yeah, same here. We had, mind you, I've seen more of a dusting on than a Victoria sponge cake. I think I was very disappointed when I woke up this morning.
Yeah, it just looked quite. Probably definitely the same, but it looks quite like wet snow, really. More slush, wasn't it? That fell around our areas.
Yeah, it was very sleety pretty quick, to be honest. Started getting excited about, I think it must have been about 11:30. And then in about 5 minutes, it stopped again. And that was it.
Oh.
But yeah, I think there's quite a few people who wish they'd only had.
Especially... Oh, hello. We've been joined by Weather Paul.
Hello.
Paul, can you hear us?
Bear with me 1 minute.
Oh, don't we love you? There he is.
I have no sound?
We'll bring Paul in just a second. I think he's getting himself set up.
I'm here.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Are you well?
Yay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
And now my connection starts to drop out.
It's that time of the evening where everybody throttles. All the ISPs throttle the bandwidth because everybody's streaming.
Yeah, more than likely.
I've got a 20-meter cable.
Oh.
You've got a bit of delay on you, Mike.
I swear I've got a 20-meter cable somewhere which I can connect this into the Wi-Fi. I need to find that, unless I threw it away a few months ago, which I think I did actually.
Yeah, I think we're just going to have to bear with it.
I've got poor signal at the minute. I'm like down to 1 bar of Wi-Fi.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I'm right by the router, so I should be okay.
This is going well. I think we've got a bit of a huge sound delay. I don't know if I'm being heard. I don't know if there's up.
We're hearing you in bits.
Don't we just love technology?
I don't know, mate.
I'm kind of glad I'm not on video because that would make it even worse.
Yeah, normally drop for a second.
Same. Should we all just come off? Oh, Michael's gone.
Michael's gone. We'll see what happens when he comes back on, because I think it's him that's having connection problems, because I can hear you fine, Paul.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just us, Liz.
Okay, that could be interesting, since neither of us are hosting, and I've got
neither
nothing...
of us have got the charts up yet.
This could be a really short live.
We're just going to have to fill for the minute.
Vamp. So, how much snow did you get?
Huh?
How much snow did you get?
Barely a dusting.
Same here.
Oh, hello. Here's Michael. He's back again.
Oh, we've still got these connection problems. I hope we're going to get sorted out soon. I need to find that bloody cable to just connect directly into the Wi-Fi.
Yes,
It's
I think
the
that might be a
router.
good plan. Yeah.
I'd like I swear like a 20-meter cable, which I had for about 10 years. I never used it. I've not used it for about 10 years. I swear I might have thrown it away a few months ago, and I bloody need it now.
I've probably got one somewhere, but who knows where.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to
I'm
start
sure you
looking
can
in.
throw it halfway across the West Midlands to him.
Probably long enough.
Yeah, I'll plug you into my router.
Yeah. He says a skipping rope across the Birmingham area.
Yeah.
So
Right.
got no
I'm just
comments
trying
coming
to
through at them.
pull up the charts and they're being low. Have you got your charts up, Michael? GFS and all that?
Yeah, I've got the facts charts up ready. I don't know how we're going to do it because not really gone through what we're doing tonight, have we? So I'm just going to play it off the cusp. Is that the word I'm looking for?
No. Yeah, off the cuff. We haven't done one for a while, so
It's been quite a few months.
I'm just having a look at the charts now. Indeed.
Yeah, I'm just running the
since summer, really.
just running the snow risk through.
Yeah, I'm on a look at the UKV.
Yeah, I'm on the GFS snow risk, and I think, to be honest, other than Scotland, I don't think there's much more coming.
Yeah.
Potentially a little bit over the North York Moors, Wednesday into Thursday.
Yeah,
but
there was that little bit of a risk that the cold weather was going to stay, but I think that's just been chucked out the window now.
Yeah, looking at the net weather forecasts, it looks like Thursday, which is what I thought, it's going to be 6-7 degrees over most of the country.
Yeah, I'm on a look at that now. Yeah, ECM's going for like 6s and 7s, except across Scotland.
Yeah, I think anywhere where there's lying snow, so over the mountains, over the Highlands of Scotland, I think it's going to stay cold.
Yeah.
But Wednesday, it's going to start warming up everywhere apart from North Wales. So we've got 4 or 5 degrees, up to 7 degrees overnight. Actually, Thursday, 7-8. I think there's a warm front coming across from the Atlantic. Let's just have a look at the jet stream. Yeah, the jet stream's coming right over us, so it's pulling an Azores stream up Thursday.
Are you able to do the screen share at all, or you're not able to do it where you are right now?
Let me see if I can share screen.
Stop mine a second.
Okay, can you see that?
Yeah, I'll add you to. Yep, you're on the screen now. I'll put that onto full screen. So we're looking at exactly what you're looking at. So be careful what you're looking at.
They'll only show that tab anyway. So.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling back now. So we're looking at the GFS. So the GFS jet stream. So you can see as I go through Monday into Tuesday, it's running up from the Azores. So this is the temperature rise Wednesday into Thursday. So midday Thursday, we've got a beautiful flow from the jet stream right up from the Azores, Portugal. Hence why the temperatures are going to increase. If I just bring up the max temp alongside, you can see we've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 degrees, 13 degrees even on the south coast. So that's just purely because of the jet stream. nice flow from the Azores. If I scroll back, you can see the cold temperatures over Scotland, over the snowfields, over Ayr, and you can see tonight into tomorrow we've got North Wales, Northern England, and Scotland still having frosts, whereas actually come 3 o'clock in the morning, most of the UK it's going to be between 10 and 4 degrees where there isn't lying snow. So everywhere that's had rain today is going to be quite a nice mild night. And then scrolling through as the jet stream comes up, you can see the colours change to a lovely yellow colour. And that's all the way through next week.
Yes.
So we've got 14 degrees.
Oh, that's tropical.
It is. No frosts at all anywhere across the whole of the UK. And you can see there there's
the Atlantic striking back again.
Oh yes, we're pushing back the easterlies. The high over Scandinavia moves across Russia. So the whole of next week it's going to be nice and mild. No frosts on the cards at the moment. Just purely because of the direction of the jet stream.
Then the big question after that, will it remain like this up to Christmas, or will there be another pattern flip by then? That's something to be answered very soon.
Yep.
It looks like, looking at that end of where you are now, it looks like this height's trying to build up towards the west again. You've got a south-shifted jet stream there.
Yeah, that's pulling cold air straight down from Iceland, from Newfoundland. So that's into Thursday, the week before Christmas. So you can see the frost starting to make an appearance again in Scotland. But that's right at the end of the GFS run. So you can see there, 9 o'clock Tuesday morning of the 19th. Bit of a cold snap, but that's purely because of very strong northerlies. Looking at the strength of that jet stream, straight down from Iceland and Greenland.
Yeah. Did the 6 o'clock run show exactly the same? Excuse me, or was that got a completely different?
Pretty much the same. I think the warm Atlantic, the Azores flow, and then a pressure build up over the Atlantic again, bringing the jet stream down is roughly within 24 hours the same, to be honest. I mean, if I just bring the 6Z up, I mean, you can see it's 6Z's a little bit more extreme in the cold. You've got more of an easterly flow there, look. But you've still got, if I scroll back, you've still got the Azores flow coming in this week and the rest of this week and next week. It's just the end of the run as to where the kink, whether that gets cut off with the high pressure on the jet stream. So we get the northerly flow sooner on the 6Z. But to be honest, that's quite a long way out. So whether there's a high pressure there that builds just to the Orkneys, or as the 12Z suggests, further up towards Greenland and British Columbia, and then we don't get the cut off on the jet stream flow until later on the current, the 12Z. So one to watch out for, but that's right at the end of the runs, 2 weeks time.
Yeah, the ECM was showing it. Sorry, Michael, go on.
That's all right. As we know in weather terms, things can just change just like that, and all of a sudden there could be a pattern flip again.
Yep. I was just going to say the ECM and the UK Met were the ones showing keeping the cold in for longer yesterday.
But is that back to way since?
He's gone back to Control C, Control V. You know what I mean? Copy and paste. He's gone back to normal temperatures now. I'm just have a look now. So I'll share the UKV now. Share screen. Oops. It's giving me a warning. Why?
What, weather warning or?
No, just like you can't share more than 2 monitors, blah, blah, blah. So I'll share the tab audio off. Excuse the adverts, everyone. I haven't participated in an ad blocker yet. So this is Tuesday temperatures. So as you can see, they do warm up, but as Liz was just saying, they do tend to keep the colder air up further over the snowfields. But down towards ground level, 5s, 6s, 7s. So more.
So it's like, as well as
less
we can
cold.
see, it's not like a quick warm up. It's just a gradual warm
It's
up.
a gradual warm up. It's not like going from like 1 or 2 degrees yesterday today to 14 tomorrow. It's the cold air is very stubborn to shift, as we know.
Yeah.
It's very dense. So in weather terms, it's very hard to predict how quick that cold air will go.
Especially where there's lying snow, because that obviously,
that reflects the UV, doesn't it?
yeah.
So as you can see there, the temperatures start to plummet away on Tuesday night to around about -14 over the snowfields of Scotland.
Might need a
but then-
coat when you go out over there then.
Yeah, -18 there, look. Or somewhere like Aviemore, Braemar.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit extreme, to be honest. I don't think.
It's UK Met, isn't it? So
Yeah, I think that's over egging it just very slightly.
yeah, -15, -18. But I would more or less go around about -12, -15, something like that. But even down into like Northern England, -2, -3 on Wednesday. Let's have a look at what the weather will be like for that day. Precip type. It looks like an all right day, to be honest. Get rid of this banner for Temu. Don't buy from Temu. You can see there that moves in during Wednesday. That was showing more of a widespread risk on Wednesday, wasn't it, yesterday? Now it seems to be more over the hills. So I would guess more over 400-500 meters.
And that tallies more with the GFS.
Yeah, so I think they're all coming into line now. Now bring the warmer air. I say warmer. In the loosest sense of the word. Let's go back to minimums. So yeah, as you can see there, there's quite a marked temperature contrast. You can see there, look, moves it in. So as Liz was saying, it's a more gradual upshift in temperatures. But as you can see there looks to be a bit of a change in wind direction. If you look at like the top right hand corner, temperatures start to come away.
That's as the jet stream comes round. If you remember the kink on the jet stream getting cut off.
Yeah, that's on Sunday, I think. Yeah, Sunday. So that's the Met Office model, which is like the one they use now, isn't it? I'll stop sharing that and go back to the studio. How long is the snow going to stay?
Yeah.
Depends where you are.
Let's put that comment on the screen there. I'm just going to say, actually, if you are commenting on Facebook, hang on, I've done that wrong there. Let's put that as a banner. If you are watching on Facebook and you comment and just put your name at the end, if you are on YouTube, if you sign into your account on YouTube, your username will come up automatically on our comments.
I think that's Michelle in Gateshead.
Yeah.
I would say at sea level. I mean, it's going away now. I'm just a little bit up the coast from Gateshead. The snow and ice is still here, but I think by tomorrow it'll be gone. Personally, because it's showing like 5, 6, 7 degrees tomorrow. I'm quite glad of.
Yeah, I
She's
think
just-
it's going to be just over the North York Moors. It's going to linger,
Yeah.
if anywhere.
I do
Definitely,
indeed.
any elevation will keep it longer. Obviously, at this time of year, well, especially during this current setup. I forgot what I was going. Oh,
I was going to say, I'd say anywhere over 400 meters, anywhere 1,000 feet, will keep the snow for the longest. But as that warmer air moves in later in the week, I'll get pushed further up, say 600.
Well, we're talking about it. Let me get the snow at the height of 0 on the screen. Let me just go and get that. Bring that up. That'll be on that. Just bring the screen share up. So this will actually shows as well as the week goes on. That 0 degree level will actually start rising. So is that on full screen now? It is.
It is, mate.
So this is what we just mentioned now. Anything that's green is the expected snow depth. And the red line shows you the height in meters where you find 0 degrees. So anything that's everything 0 degrees will be at that height. So if you're under 800 meters, 0 degrees above 800 meters will be at 0 or below.
I think it's going to be Wednesday into Thursday that's going to start disappearing for even up into height.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can see the Welsh mountains start to become less as we go into. Well, we can now see into Wednesday. Tops of the Pennines, Peak District, barely anything there now. I'm seeing that now through into Thursday, especially over Wales now, that seems to just completely disappear. Yeah. And 0 degrees is at least 1,200 to 1,600 meters. Is that much more?
Basically, you're looking at the Highlands now, Cairngorms.
Your kind of usual spots for this time of year, really. Even then, obviously we're going about a week ahead now. Even that starts to disappear a bit now. Just shows you that the Atlantic air is winning out.
Indeed.
It's actually going to be quite mild, I think. Once the warm air comes in off the Atlantic and up from the Azores as the jet stream gets settled, I think it's going to be actually quite warm for seasonally. I mean, usually we're looking about 5, 6 average temperature, 5, 6 degrees average temperature this time of year.
Yeah.
Looking at potential 14s on the south coast. So coming up to Christmas, I think that's incredibly mild.
Yeah. Let's have a run through the 850. Which with the 850, we know the temperature doesn't get influenced by sea or land. So this is the temperature aloft. Is it 5,000 feet?
850, about 1,500 meters up.
1,500 meters.
So I think 500, 4,000. Right.
So what we should be seeing then through this is that returns of like the paler greens and the yellows, which will show the upper air temperature rising. We still see that cold air still hanging on for dear life into Wednesday, but then the Atlantic goes, hello, I'm back. Bye-bye, cold. You can bugger off now for a little while.
There's the plume from the Azores.
Yeah, I must say, we've got another system coming up across the Atlantic here with plenty of warm air underneath that. So that'll bring in a spell of warmer air for the time of year now, shall we say.
Yeah.
All that cold air is now getting pushed back over towards Eastern Europe, over towards the eastern side of Scandi. I've got to say, look at the heights. Look at the heights there. Talk about 1,060 millibars there.
They were talking about, I read something recently about potential sudden stratospheric warming.
Yes, I think I've mentioned something about that.
Yeah, just before Christmas. So whether that's the first sign, I mean, you've got a vortex split there over North America and Northern Scandinavia. So is that the start of an SSW? Who knows?
Well, we're talking about it. Let's have a look at the stratospheric warming temperatures at 30 HBA. So let's see
Everyone
what
on your best
happens.
behaviour. The boss is in the comments.
Hello, Your
Evening,
Majesty.
Gordon.
Once we got ourselves organised.
Yeah.
Oops.
What's going on here? All
Good
down to
evening,
the
Your
almighty
Majesty.
Gordon. If it was Gavet, it'd be two hands.
But
Nah,
yeah, but
we
I
need to
don't
sort
know.
that out as well. Anyway, back to the SSW.
Right, oh yeah, I forgot what I lost my tab then for a second. So let's have a look. What's going on with the temperature of the stratosphere? So we're looking at 30 HPA, looking down from the North Pole, and where we've got the blues is the colder temperatures, and where we've got the yellows is where warming is taking place. So let's see if that intensifies.
Michael, have a look in the comments, mate.
Uh-oh, have I been sacked?
No, Gordon says he can't join, says error, but no
Oh,
problem.
yeah.
Send it link.
I'm not sure if it's the device he's perhaps using. I don't know. I think maybe. Are you both using like a laptop or a main computer?
I'm on a laptop.
I'm on a laptop. Usually I can join on a mobile, so it shouldn't be no problem. It might be because
I
we're live or something.
I don't know. He's
on
using his
iPhone.
iPhone, so possibility.
I mean, I've
Just might
streamed when I've been chasing. I've been on my
Yeah, saying
iPhone,
that,
no
yeah.
problem.
Unless it's something to do with the settings, I wonder. We'll try look into it. We'll try look into it. So we know up to Wednesday the 6th now. So let's see if we see any warming. So any warming, if people are not aware, you start seeing these colours changing to like oranges and perhaps a severe cases up to like reds. So we've got a bit of warming actually on the Pacific side of actually the stratosphere. But does it go into it? And my signal's just... Is my signal gone?
No, you're still going, mate.
No. For some reason, I cannot... Oh, there we go. I'm going again. No, I'm not. For some reason, it's stopping on the temp at the minute. That we just love technology. There we are. It's catching up. No, it's not. It is slowly. So we're definitely seeing a little bit of nothing too dramatic really on the Pacific side. It seems like it's pushing the cold air up towards Scandi.
I think it's when we start getting to sort of into next week, it's going to start going.
Yeah. I can see that a bit of orange here and there.
Yeah, it's right at the end of the run, and then you start getting two points within the. So it's almost like that's the start of the SSW event, and then potentially a vortex split.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for this to catch up on itself. It's quite early in the season because normally we don't normally see this to about at least around about the start to mid-January. We'll start seeing early signs of it.
It's an El Nino season, though, isn't it? So all bets are off.
Yeah. So just wait for this slowly to load up. Come on. Do apologise, people.
It's okay. But yeah, there's a bit of warming there across Siberia towards China.
You've also got up into Canada. You've got the start of a point there as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've got it up till the.
Oops, keep going.
The 18th now.
Yeah, I've got till the 19th, and it does drop off a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say it peaked and then seems to drop off. But like you said, there is a bit of a polar shift into the vortex shift. out over Greenland and into the Atlantic.
I'm just trying to think which website it is where I can get the 10 HPA. Because obviously we're looking at the 30 HPA,
By
which is a
West
little bit...
Central or ECMWF might do it, the actual ECMWF website.
Central, let's have a look.
ECMWF.int.
I'm just trying to catch up with my German, just bear with me.
9.
You got how many of them? Sorry for the pause in the talking. I'm just trying to search for the website. Can't find it where I am at the moment. Have you managed to find it yourself?
I'm on the ECMWF website now. Just trying to find the 10 HPA one. All right. So look. So 500, 850s, MLSP, pre-SIP, SST. Yeah, you can see El Nino there anyway. Go back up to the top. We will be back very shortly, guys. Just bear with us. While we try and find at least something we can show you with the 10 HPA temperatures. Nino.
So yeah, when you're looking for that, I'm just scrolling back and forth. You can see that slight warming extending from like Asia across like the North Pacific through, could say from eastern, literally the far eastern Russia, the Asian side of Russia, crossing to Alaska. I can hear a siren.
I know, I was just starting up myself. Because I live in the town centre, you see, so I get a lot of naughty people about data sets. Let's have a look.
You can see a bit of a split there. Track almost like a mini split there after the vortex. You got 2208 there and 2258 there.
Yeah, I think it's right on the edge of the forecasting range, so I think that's one to keep an eye on in the next 3 or 4 days or so. That's going to firm up, I think, whether it's going to split or not. I know Reed was looking at a potential cold weather event in Northern America, potentially the end of next week. So if that firms in, I think we may well actually see a split.
Yeah, I'm just currently checking on my phone. I swear I've actually got it on my phone. That's thinking about it. Aha. So, okay, it's the JMA. Just bear with me a second. So, if I go into got too many tabs up on my phone for like all weather stuff. I've typed that in correctly. I should be able to get it all in Japanese. Okay, so I'm gonna be a while searching for this. I think I might have to leave it. Apologies for everyone that is watching as we're trying to look for a site. World climate, no. All right. I think give it a few more minutes. Then I think I might have to just to leave it for tonight on what we're trying to look for.
Yeah. I'm just trying. Let's have a look. 10 HP. Nope. Oh, here we go. Weekly mean anomalies for the 10 HPAs. I don't know if that means but it's only for like Europe. That helps. No, don't really show much. Oh, hello. Right, let me share this. See if this helps everyone.
Yeah, and I'll just carry. I've got the website on my phone, but I'm just trying to get it onto my.
Yeah. So this is the
we go.
ECM one. Let me just change the to. I'll try and change this to the whole of the North. Actually, North Pole. Let's have a look at that. There we go. So you can see there big heights over the North Pole this week. Move it over. That gets stretched out. Next week. So higher than normal heights at 10 HPA over Canada, over towards Siberia, Russia area. Let's move it along. The signal kind of goes off towards Christmas, but still a bit of a warm in there, so it's hard to say if it will push the polar vortex off a little bit. It looks like it does. Tries and squeezes it, as you can see there, look, and pushes it more or less in towards Norway. So we'll look for the week after. There we go again. Got more of a warming across central Russia in towards probably in towards China. No, in towards China. North America anyway. So indications maybe that the PV is moving. And there, look, moving away from the North Pole. As we go in towards the new year. There we go. So it's keeping the higher than normal heights across across there, and it's actually moved the PV as well, and really tightened up the isobars around the top there. So
The pressure charts on the WX chart on the 10 HPA wind, it's basically gets trapped between two high pressures, one over Europe and one over the Pacific.
I said, do you want to pull it up? I've cleared the screen now.
Yeah, let me. Doesn't quite go out as far out as
the ECM one.
As the ECM, but I'm on the GFS one. But you can see if I just bring it back to current time, you see it does get squeezed, as you said, and the low pressure wobbles over Greenland. There's a bit of a split there.
Yeah, you're not showing.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I'm like trying to search for that website. You're on the screen now. Do apologise.
There we go. Okay, so that's today. And you can see there's the high pressure over Europe, one over the Pacific coast of America. Just bringing it on to (16th). It just starts to split there.
Yeah.
That's the 10 HPA wind. So the low pressure over has kind of wobbled from the North Pole to over Greenland. There is actually a split there.
Yeah. Because where that wind is really strong, there is where the warming would be.
Yeah. If I just
all over
Oh, yes.
watching.
if I
Yeah.
switch to the temperature anomaly,
No,
just
yeah.
run it through. There we go. There's the split.
Yeah. So if
Oh,
that was
yeah.
to happen a couple of weeks after Christmas, maybe.
That's the
If it,
16th
if it,
into the 17th of December. There,
mhm.
the 17th of December.
Yeah,
You've
I'm
actually got a split there.
yeah,
that-
10 HPA temperature and I don't know what it is up there, heights. Up on there. The next one down to be looking at would be 30 HPA, wouldn't it?
Yeah. We will see that
so-
on the GFS, wouldn't we?
Well, that's what I'm looking at now is the 10
Yeah,
HPA
just looking at
GFS.
Yeah.
But you can see there is a split that happens just there, and then that clears the western one gets absorbed, but there is a clear split. 17th. There's a weakening of the cooler temperatures, and it warms. It does warm right over the pole there. Look.
Oh, yeah.
They're just running along between the 16th into the 17th, and then the 18th it warms right over the pole. So you've got quite a deep warming over the pole there into the 18th. So
we normally, when this occurs, we normally get like a 2 or 3 week delay before it starts affecting the troposphere, don't we? It's about 2 or 3 week delay. So if that was to come off, we're probably talking about the first or second week in January, maybe, or towards New Year.
So I mean, then, like I said, next level down to be 30 HPA to see if it drops down, and then probably looking through down towards the jet, and below that, then down to 500 and 850.
So there's potential could possibly depends where the blocking is. Potentially, January could be turned into quite a cold month. Well, we know it's cold in January anyway, but colder than average, shall we say?
well, there's the 850, and that's cold over the same time scale. Look into the 17th, 18th, 19th.
Yeah. Just had a comment from Anthony Ward saying, just listening, no wonder the charts are all over the place. SSW could well have an impact in 3 weeks' time or so. I'd say a little bit longer, but towards Christmas anyway, maybe just after. There will be a reload of the cold, and I have a feeling this time it will be brutal.
Yeah, we've not had really a cold winter really for quite a while.
Yeah, I've just been
2010, 2011 was the last one. And I've been saying it for a while.
Yeah, we had the December to remember, and then we had the one after that as well, in the just after Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then we had
2011.
East from the East in 2018. That was the last
yes.
cold spell we've really had. So
I was going to say, it's not very often we get it, but we've had actually quite a cold end to November. Nothing like what we had back in 2010, but it's definitely been perhaps the coldest end of November for quite a while.
It's been wobbling. It's been one of those wobbles, hasn't it? So it's I've been saying just looking at the berries on the trees, I tend to go by gut, as most of you know, like instinct, even with my storm chasing. And I've been saying for a while this winter I think is going to be a brutal one, and that's been borne out by the berries. And I mean, look how quickly the trees went into autumn shutdown. I mean, it was all of a sudden the berries were on the trees like a good 3 weeks early this year.
Yeah,
I didn't notice
usually an
that.
indication. Yeah, it's usually an indication of a cold winter coming. So I've been saying a while. I think we're due a cold one this winter.
Yeah.
I've been thinking that for the last few weeks anyway. I think I even said in the summer that this year could be quite cold because we are overdue, and obviously these sun cycles and
Yeah, I was
stuff
going to
like
say
that.
solar maximum. It's an
We're
El
in a-
Nino.
Yeah, there's various different factors at the moment that are indicating possibly cold. Obviously, with it being El Nino, that's more warmer.
But that has an impact on the polar warming as well. With an
Yes.
El Nino, with the sea temperatures
Mhm.
pushes the currents around further up. So
Yes.
there's the potential for the Pacific warming to come over the top and split the vortex and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The other thing,
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I think during the Met Office's, I think it might have been a deep dive probably about nearly a month ago, that in this kind of setup where we've got like El Nino, it favours more of a colder, later winter, like a mild, windy start, which we've actually quite had. We've had what 3 or 4 named storms already in September, October. I think maybe in November. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I was going to say
beforehand we had the two back in August as well, so it's been quite a stormy start really. And now we're starting to see those signs where we're starting to see that cold air coming down from Scandi already. This could be the first signs of what's to come.
There's also been a really quiet hurricane season as well. They've hardly had any hurricanes.
No, there must have been tropicals, haven't there? There must have been tropical storms and disturbances and stuff like that.
But on the whole, it's been a quiet hurricane season for actual hurricanes. So yeah, I think it's going to be I think we're going to have some brutal, if not long spells. There's going to be some very, very brutal cold spells. Whether that's 2-3 days. I mean, this one has actually lasted longer than I thought it would. I thought it was only going to be a couple of days, but it's actually hung on for a few days longer.
Yeah, it's been since Wednesday, hasn't it? So 5 days. So I had to count on my fingers then, old school. I could have got my abacus out, but
I didn't even bother counting. It was it's just a few more days than I thought.
I'll get my abacus or one of my early learning centre calculators out.
We'll get you one for Christmas.
Yeah, thank you. An abacus that looks like, anyway. So yeah.
I know that you tracked it to the beads on the abacus.
Yeah, as long as the beads stay on the abacus anyway.
That's one for jelly beans or anything like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm following Liz on that one. I do think it's going to be a cold one. Up here on East Coast, it's been really cold. I mean, the ice hasn't really budged for 3 days now.
Yeah. The canals are frozen over here, which doesn't happen very often.
No. I mean, the Midlands does usually get the cold the worst because it's the furthest inland, isn't it?
It's also the highest point from Scandinavia, from Siberia, where you get the winds straight across from Scandinavia over Europe, over the flatlands of Denmark and the Netherlands, and then the first thing it hits
East Anglia and then straight in, don't you?
Yeah, it hits. Basically, Sutton Coldfield is the highest point from Scandinavia across the whole of England. So
there you go, guys. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, Barbeacon is the highest point between Scandinavia and the UK. So it's usually 3-4 degrees colder up by Barbeacon.
That'll keep the watchers warm up in Barbeacon then. I won't say the word because we're on YouTube and on Facebook, and we try to keep it family friendly. But yes, Barbeacon is a good spot as well, actually, for looking out over towards Birmingham and out down towards the south as well, and the west.
Yeah.
And up the Cheshire Gap as well.
I think if we get a beast from the east, sort of February time, once the North Sea's cooled down, I think we're in for a major snow event.
Yeah, because it's only in the last couple of days that we've had snow here, wet on the east. So look at the
well, that's because we've had an easterly flow for a few days, and it's the surface temperature's cooled, but the North Sea has to cool even further to get
Yeah.
the snow across the whole of England. I mean
Yeah.
that famous satellite picture of the whole of the UK covered in snow was February, wasn't it? So end of January into
just gonna
February.
share this, Michael. I've got the SSTs from the ECMWF showing the
Oh, so I
temperatures.
literally was just searching for now, and you've put it up straight away.
I was when Liz mentioned it, I was like straight away.
I just
So,
remember
yeah,
the website.
I'm just on ECM, so temperatures are around about. I think the Met Office said they're around about 10 degrees at the moment,
Yeah,
which kind of would show between 8 and 12 there. So around here it's between 8 and 12.
it's starting to come down.
All this needs to come down to around about 4 to 6, I
Yeah,
would say, for it to really then intensify.
and then if we get a Scandi block, a high pressure Scandinavian blocking system, I think then we're in for a good show.
Indeed, just need that really,
Be interested to
really
know.
deep Scandi eye, and then
Sorry,
pull in
just be interested to find out how much the temperatures have dropped in the last couple of weeks in the North Sea.
I'll see if the anomalies are on. Bear with.
I'll have a look on the WH chart, see if they've got.
There we go. Correlation of coefficient. I don't know if that means anything to you guys, but
That's like talking Japanese to me. That is.
I think that's going forward in time. Yeah, because it says December and then valid time January.
Excuse me. It's not
Squeezing
vodka.
you.
I don't drink.
Just trying to think
Get
if
the
there's
horse.
any other. So that's the seasonal forecast for December, January, February. And it doesn't really show much of a warming across the UK, like around the UK. It keeps it quite average. So it does show a little bit of warmth towards Scandi and the Low Countries. If I just try and zoom in a little bit, I wish I could, but I can't. Go to no, don't forget the tropics. So that could actually power if we did get a Scandi building up here, and then obviously with the winds coming round off the back of that, if it hits that warmth there.
Can I just switch switch the tab over, because I've just found quite change that. If you can't talk, can you see that on the screen?
Yep.
That's from NASA itself. They can see like the current temperatures. I might make it a bit more clearer if you can see that.
Yeah. So yeah, where that like turquoise is across the Netherlands, Belgium, that kind of ties in with what I was just showing on the other one with the warmth. So if it hits that, that will then help fuel that snow, I would imagine, if it were to happen.
What we need is a front coming off the Atlantic, hitting a blocking system, and that's what gives us the snow. You need the warm air hitting a sustained cold snap. So if we get which is what's happened this time, we've had the easterlies, and then we've had an Atlantic system come in. In fact, there's another one coming in Tuesday into Wednesday, which was the other potential for snow.
Yes.
The cold air meeting the warm air is what gives us the snow. So what we need is the North Sea to come down in temperature of 2 or 3 degrees, a nice high pressure building up over Scandinavia for 2-3 days, and then an Atlantic frontal system coming in. The jet stream is the other one that forces it as well. If we get a northerly flow from the jet stream with a Scandi block as well, that's another thing that gives us potential for a snow event.
Indeed. What was I going to say? There's also like the temperatures in the 850 and 500 layers as well that the Met Office were on about, I think, on the deep dive.
Yeah.
And they were on about that. So that's one to watch. I've been actually looking at that and it kind of has tied in with where the snow has occurred and where it hasn't. So it's still learning for us. I mean, we're still learning all this kind of stuff, but we know what we know, and we don't know what we don't know. Kind of
But every
thing.
time we get an event, you pick up
Yeah,
and you look
we
at the
learn
charts
from
and you think, oh, I'll make a mental note of that, and that setup causes
Yeah.
this.
That's what we
I mean-
do in storm chasing.
Yes.
I
I mean, if we look
that's how
onto
come,
where the split happens, can I just quickly share this?
Yep, just come across. Let me just remove that off the screen. There we go. Oh, hello.
Share that. Okay, so this is where I was saying there's the jet streams wobbled, so it's bringing in a flow down from Greenland. We've got a northerly flow that you can see with the winds. This is the 850 HPA temperature anomaly. So this is the 19th of December. So this is the point right where we saw there was a potential split in the polar vortex.
Yes.
So we've got a high pressure over Northern Europe. We've got the jet stream bringing in a Greenland flow from northerlies, and you can see the temperature there at the 850 is cold, and that's actually going down past towards Portugal and Spain, that cold air. So if we get a frontal system hitting that, coming up from the south, there's potential for snow there as well. I don't know if. Let's see if I can bring up.
Yeah, it's that
There we are.
cold air is coming from a long way north as well.
Yeah, and you can see there is.
I say it's coming out of Greenland and
the precipitation's coming down from Greenland on that point as well across there. Look, that's the cumulative precip.
Going blue on the 500s. Just gonna have a look on the 850. Yeah, it's bringing down the -5, nearly -10 isotherm. Looking on here.
So there is
That's on Tuesday
potential
the
there.
19th.
Yeah, there is potential there for a snow event. Let's go back to the 850. There we go. That there as we bring it across, and then the jet stream switches and gets detached, brings down the Greenland flow there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the Tuesday before Christmas, the 19th.
Is that as far as you can go on that? Yeah, it
yeah.
is.
Unfortunately, most of the models are only going as far as the 19th.
So it'll be interesting to see what shows up this time next week when we take a look at it, because that will then more or less bring us in line up to Christmas Day.
Yes. Although everything I've seen so far is a mild, wet Christmas Day, as per.
Yeah,
I think it's because it's so far out, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the models just revert to their default settings.
6 degrees, warm 5 to 7
days.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to keep an eye on that at longer range, that cold plunge.
Yeah.
It's going to possibly bring the -10 isotherm down, so that'll be sustaining snow anywhere really, especially at that time of the year where the sun doesn't impact it as much.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with that little bit of jet stream that gets blocked off that's coming down from the north, because that detaches.
Yes.
And if we then get a front coming across from the Atlantic, that warm air hitting that cold is going to produce potential snow event again. Right in time for Christmas, 22nd maybe.
Yeah. Be interesting to keep an eye on in the next week or so.
Thinking back, was it actually 2011 when last time we perhaps had snow on Christmas Day, or we had lying snow on the ground on Christmas Day? Sorry, 2010. Sorry,
2010. I think it was.
2010, yeah.
That was that famous satellite image. Let's see if I can find that satellite image.
So kind of like not as severe, but definitely coming in line with 2010, aren't we?
I was thinking, I even mentioned this to Gordon a few weeks back. I think in the solar cycle, obviously it's every 25 years, it correlates to where we are in the solar cycle now.
Yeah.
We're at the
Solar maximums next
We're
year.
at solar maxima. Obviously, you know, the various factors are very reminiscent of the December to remember. And like even
Now the question
what
is,
we have about it,
back
and
in that same year, was it an El Nino year?
Yes, it
that's
was.
one. It was. There you go. Liz just confirmed it. So it goes to show, you know, El Ninos don't always bring warm winters. Can actually impact. I mean, we've just come out of a triple dip La Nina anyway, so I think we're all.
I think that was
we're all
probably
good.
like the first time we went to a triple dip, wasn't it?
First time in about 30 years, I think. Where we've
You
had a
see that?
triple dip La Nina.
Yeah,
That's
There we go.
2010, January the 8th. That famous satellite image of the whole of the UK blanketed in snow. That was December 2010.
Yeah,
Sorry, January 2010.
yeah. So it'll have just been as the December to remember was winding up.
Now,
So
if that's January 2010, if we had December to remember, that should be January 2011 then.
Yeah, I think the December I remember was 2009 to 2010.
Yeah.
It was winding up in 2010, and then we had the next one, another Beast from the East in 2011, 2010, 2011, if I remember.
So all these are 2010.
Oh, there we go. Look, Wikipedia one, just above.
That one. 2010,
Yes, that's the
2011.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the Beast from the East one, I think, that we had.
That was the minus 20 whatever it was. I know
Yeah.
it was minus 17 where I was teaching outside in the Midlands.
Or was you teaching how to get hypothermia?
Yes.
Teaching survival skills.
November 2010.
How to build igloos in the UK.
Yes. Snow started to fall 24th of November, 2 inches in Newcastle. And then December, it just kept going. And we ended up 2010 into 2011, average temperature of 3.1 degrees. So, yeah, that was when I refused to teach outside between November and March. And that's the one that broke all the temperature records. There we are. Minus 17.9 Leeming, 19 Topcliffe. And I know it was minus 17 at ROF Cosford, which is where I was teaching.
There we are.
And have a look at the extremes on Toro.
And if you've seen all the reports from Central Europe as well, Munich have had like 18 inches of snow in Germany, central Germany. So
yeah, I think I've seen something about that actually.
Yeah, and that's parallel with 2010 into 2011. November 2010 was when it started with Central Europe, and then it dragged it across into the UK. So
worth watching. January to December. Just having a look at the temperatures here.
and we had freezing rain as well in January 2011. I'd forgotten all about that. Blank from my memory.
There's supposed to be some freezing rain today, wasn't there? But never happened.
I think that was like a small risk from what.
From what the Met was saying, yeah. Date preset maximum. Oh, here we go. Daily maximum. I'm just having a nosy on Toro website. Blimey neck.
Well, safe to say it's cold, and we haven't got quite as cold as 2010 winter,
No.
November, December 2010 yet. So we've got a way to go to hit that extreme winter that we had.
Mhm.
But like Michael said, we've had the early autumn storms starting in August. But the previous winter we didn't have any, if you remember, because I got
Yeah.
very confused because our first named storm was in August.
Yeah.
And it was the wrong name because it was obviously last year's names, not this year's names. And then we started again in September. So yeah, we've had an early strong start to the storm season. It's an El Nino and it's coming into the solar maximum. I think this winter or next winter is going to be the solar maximum winter. Easy for me to say. So, but the signs are pushing there. We'll just keep an eye on that split, I think, on the polar vortex, because that's going to be the crunch.
Mhm.
Let me just bring that up. What we just mentioned about Europe. So you mentioned about Munich.
Yeah.
Munich paralyzes heavy snow buries Germany, Central Europe.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
seeing
know
it on Sky mentioning about Cumbria being crippled by snow. There's only
Oh,
had a
they
couple
had-
of inches.
Cumbria had about 8 inches, I think.
Bloody hell, look at that.
Please, Bradford Airport.
I think that's Munich.
That looks just like LBA as well. Another plane off the runway.
But you're supposed to move. You're not supposed to sit backwards to take off. You need to
Top
move.
out there,
first.
mate.
In all seriousness, I hope no one was actually hurt during
Yeah.
that. Actually, so
I think it was taxiing.
oh dear.
I think you might want to get off the stand. His meter might be running.
Yeah, there you go. Austria and
Yeah.
Central Europe
Also
had a
that
lot.
Ukraine had a lot as well. Like really, really bad low pressure system go through Ukraine.
There was a huge storm, wasn't there, that came
It
across
was.
Russia into
Even
Ukraine.
mentioned it as a hurricane, and that was one I was calling the last time we were on the stream. I said, watch that one that goes up from Greece and goes
yes.
straight up. That was the
Yeah.
one that caused the issues.
Someone here, I haven't seen snow in Prague in early December as this year. You see a car chasing the tram there.
Vienna, Zurich. Vienna and Zurich and Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Flights cancelled.
Yeah, there's snow in Paris yesterday as well, I believe.
10 people died in snowstorms that rocked Ukraine, leaving thousands in stranded vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
2,500 people needed rescuing in Odessa in Ukraine.
That's on the south coast as well.
Yeah. Winter even arrived on the top of the summits of Hawaii.
Ah, yes. Let's see what your news is saying about this El Nino, see how it's going to affect the weather. Let's see what they're reporting. Hopefully there's a map on there, not someone's lungs.
Yeah, well, like I said before, 2010 into 2011 winter, it all started with a strong snow event in Central Europe, which is what we've obviously just seen now. So
that'll help.
Parallels there.
Repeating itself.
Yeah.
And so that'll help lower the temperatures as well.
It also helps high pressures get stuck
Yes.
with the low pressures.
Because the UV just gets thrown out of it, doesn't it? So obviously with high pressure, it's higher up, so the UV gets kind of stuck under there. But with snow, it just throws it back up. It doesn't soak the UV rays up like it would in the summer, which obviously then holds the high pressures as well. Then you get them heat domes. So would you call it a snow dome like you would in Tamworth?
Yeah, we call it a snow dome, yeah. So I don't know if you can see that video clip running at the minute.
No, you need to share.
Oh, sorry.
You haven't got it shared.
What happened there? Do apologise. I thought I was showing that. So all that time I've been talking, you didn't see the clip I was showing?
Nope.
No, it's just being greedy.
Oh, we saw the one in Munich.
Okay. So I must have
Yeah.
just come off then. Does that come from the screen now? Yeah.
Yes.
So let's start that from the beginning again. Is
Yeah,
there
I
any
think-
sound to this?
Wow. I think I saw one report say that they had, by yesterday evening, they'd had 8 inches in Cumbria. In the
Is
Lake
that a woman's
District.
inches or man's?
Actual measured inches. It was a picture of a tape measure buried in the snow.
The very British way of measuring snow, that is.
Yes.
Look at that.
Or a ruler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we get our obligatory rulers from Asda or some other supermarket, and everyone go dip it in the snow?
I think you've been waiting for a long time for a bus standing there.
No comment.
No comment sponsors.
Anyway, so yeah, there's definitely indicators there for the weather to turn a bit 2010 like.
Yeah, watch out for the new year. I think Christmas
Yeah.
to New Year is going to be interesting.
The SSW, especially watching that towards Christmas, we were saying, weren't we?
Yeah, 18th, 19th, it's started to potentially split. 16th, 17th is when it starts shows sign at the 10 HPA.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
that'll be
be
the-
interesting to keep an eye on that.
Be interesting, yeah. See if it permeates down into 30 and then further down, and see if it starts bringing that block in and maybe a low into Central Europe to push westwards. See if that jet stream kind of turns again, like it did with this current cold spell that we've just had.
Yeah. Be interesting to see. I shall be coming back from Iceland. I'm going to Iceland for Christmas. So between Christmas and New Year, I shall see if I can actually land at Gatwick.
Be careful they don't put them things out saying "Welcome to Luton"
Yeah.
like they did last time, or you end up at, I don't know, some other airport like East Midlands or something.
I don't
East Midlands fine because it's closer to home, but my
Yeah.
car will be at Gatwick. But
Or
Yeah.
Birmingham.
yeah, Birmingham's fine. I can get a taxi home from Birmingham, not a problem.
But then you've still got to go to Gatwick to get your car, so
Yeah, but that can stay there. Stay there for a while. We'll get it at
Till
some
next
point.
time you go to flying to Gatwick.
yeah, get the train down.
So yeah, I think we can end it more or less there now, can we?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's been a different format, but I've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed the informal discussion.
Yeah.
It's just been off the cuff. We haven't done any kind of weather forecasting or like that.
It wasn't even planned. Tonight's show.
No,
was not
exactly.
planned.
That's the good thing. If it isn't planned, if you don't plan it, it actually goes better.
Yeah.
Well, it can't go wrong if it's not planned.
Well, exactly.
That's true. My bloody signal can. At least it
Yeah, I think
behaved
you need-
itself from the start.
I was going to say the cold weather doesn't help with internet either, and neither does
No.
rain. The weather never helps, especially been having the auroras recently as well. That doesn't help 'cause that knackers electronics. So
Yeah, there's another CME hitting tomorrow night, I think, potentially.
yeah, I'll expect that. That'll ruin. I'm keeping my radios off for that, so I don't want them getting knackered.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, I didn't see the last one. It it was only like 200, 2 and 300. Hopefully this CME coming over, it's supposed to be a cannibal one, so it might peak quite high. Usually
It was
cannibal
foggy 2
CME.
days ago, so I didn't see it because Friday was supposed to be good, but we had freezing fog here, so
Ah, yes.
that was the start of the freeze.
Indeed.
So yeah,
It's
Right. I think it's been.
we'll call it a
we can
night.
wrap up now. It's been a good stream, I would say.
Indeed. We'll have to try and get the gaffer on next time.
Yep, try to sort out those little gremlins.
Yeah, and we've still got to sort out the Christmas crossover
Yeah,
as well.
we won't go into detail on that, but I've spoke. We'll try and plan some with the person with talking about behind the scenes and see what we can organise for Christmas as a
Indeed.
special crossover.
Yeah, Christmas crossover. It will be very giddy. Say
If,
the
it goes,
least.
if we can get it all planned out.
Indeed. We'll have to get that sorted this week sometime and
Yes.
speak to the persons in question. We've got to speak to the gaffer as well. So
Yes.
yes.
get him on
If
stream.
we get to go ahead, it should be a fantastic stream. If we get all
it'll
planned
be-
out, we've still got a few weeks to plan out.
Yeah, we've got some very, very good plans. So yeah, subscribe, like the videos. We'll be back next week, as Michael's just put. Like I said,
Yeah.
subscribe, like, share, do all the usual stuff, and we will be back next Sunday, I believe.
Yep, and hope you enjoy the brand new titles that we've created for the live as well, which I'll
Yeah,
run
well done,
in just a moment.
Right, guys, I will say good night from him and good night to her.
Good night from me.
And good night from both of you.
Right, I'll let
Thanks for
Michael do the
watching.
outro. Take care, guys.
Take care. Thanks for
Stay
watching.
safe.
Bye bye.